This is the Daily Dose on Sportsnet. Faizal Khamisa joined by Stu Cowan from the Montreal Gazette. We brought Stu in to help contextualize what a Stanley Cup appearance might mean for the Montreal Canadiens in the city, in the country, and just in general. Now, Stu, I know we're tempting fate a little bit. Montreal's still a win away, but we wanted to get ahead of things a little bit. So what would a Cup final appearance mean for the city of Montreal?
It would be crazy. I mean, the old days when the mayor used to say the parade will take the usual route are long gone. When I was in high school, dating myself a bit here, the Canadiens won 4 Stanley Cups in my 5 years in high school. It was an annual event to skip school and go to the parade. I told my buddies, one year, you're going to come to the parade. He says, no, he says, I'll go next year. And he did. He went the next year. So times have really changed. Before Game 4, I was having a bite to eat before the game on a terrace in Montreal and overheard a young Canadiens fan talking with an older Canadiens fan. And he actually asked him, so what street did the parade used to go down when they won the Cup? Which made me laugh, when you think how things have changed. But that just shows you there's a whole generation of younger Canadiens fans who have no idea what it's like for the Canadiens to win a Stanley Cup, even though they've won 24 of them. They have no clue. They don't even know where the parade used to go. They don't know it used to go down St. Catherine Street. So the city is just, I think the younger fans, I'm happy for them because I grew up when the Canadiens were a dynasty and it was a regular occurrence. So for the younger generation of Canadiens fans, this is something they've never experienced, and they're really excited about it. And we've seen it from the scenes outside the Bell Center, with the young fans congregating there to watch the games.
Now, when I was in high school, I watched the Leafs in the draft lottery a bunch of times, so our experiences were very, very different. What do you think this would mean for Canadian hockey fans in general? Do you think they would lend their support to Montreal in the finals?
That's a good question because, I mean, with the Leafs and the Canadiens, there's a lot of fans who love them and there's other fans who hate them.
Yeah.
I think that goes. But, traveling with the Canadiens on the road all across Canada, everywhere they play, it's almost like a home game for them. You go to Vancouver, there's tons of Canadiens fans. You go to Calgary, there's tons of Canadiens fans. Even in Toronto, there's a lot of former Montrealers who live there are Canadiens fans. So I don't know if there's like Canada's team, but I think there'll be a lot of people in Canada cheering for the Canadiens. Yeah. And I think it'll be good for Canadian hockey to have a Canadian team finally win a Stanley Cup since the Canadiens were the last team to do it in '93.
Well, let's talk about that very quickly. And maybe if we can find one similarity and one difference between this team and that 93 team that ended up winning the Cup as well.
Well, I guess the similarity is the overtimes, although the Canadiens did finally lose an overtime game. That 93 team won 10 in a row. But that 93 team coming into the playoffs weren't playing very well either. Patrick Waugh lost his last 5 starts. Carey Price hadn't played well in the regular season either. The Canadiens had won 4 of their last 10 games in 93 going into the playoffs. This season, they were winless in their last 5. So those are the similarities there. I think the difference is just the youth on this team. There's still young kids with Kotkaniemi and Suzuki and Caulfield, and they're all contributing. They have a really good mix this year of veterans and young kids, and I think they're feeding off each other, and it's become a really good chemistry. And this really is a team. I mean, that game last night in Vegas, there's no weak link on this team right now. Everybody's pulling their weight. They're frustrating Vegas, just like they frustrated Toronto after falling behind 3-1, just like they frustrated Winnipeg. This is a real team effort that's going on here right now. So there are some similarities to 93. Nobody expected them to win in 93. At the beginning of the season was Jacques Demers' first year as head coach, and he said, we're going to shock the world. They did shock the world. And now Dominic Ducharme, first year as head coach, taking over as the interim head coach. And the Canadiens are shocking the hockey world again, I think.
It's been quite amazing to see. Stu, listen, we appreciate you putting it in some perspective for us and providing us the context. Thanks so much for your time.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. No problem.